Hey guys, I'm back. Hello. First of all, let me apologise that it has taken me quite a while to get a video up. I've been busy, but I really do want to make this a regular thing. So I promise that I am going to make more of an effort and allocate a time to get these videos done, upload them and put them onto YouTube. So, first of all, let me just clarify, if I keep doing this, there's a fly in my bedroom and basically it's been here for like an hour. I can't get it out and I don't know if you can hear that. Every time I open the windows to try and get it out, another one flies in. So it's here and it's staying there. It doesn't want to go anywhere else. It just wants to be near me. So if you do see me doing this, that's what it is. Right, okay. First of all, I hope you guys are good. I hope you're smashing the gym and you're really enjoying your training. I am going to tell you guys where I am. I am going to also speak to you guys about my top tips for how to build muscle. So I'm going to start with updating you guys. So I think the last time I did a video was just before the my qualifier. So since then I took 3 weeks off completely, and when I say off, no, I don't mean training, because you know I've always trained because I love it. I mean that I took it off my diet. So I had introduced all these beautiful foods back in, loads of colourful veg, colourful fruit, colourful Ben and Jerry's. It all came back in my diet and it was wonderful. I did not have too much anxiety. I just felt really good. I didn't really binge. I think there was 1 or 2 days where I did have a little bit of a calm down, love. You need to put the Ben & Jerry's away and you need to just chill for a minute. Sometimes like I'll start eating and then I'll be like, post-workout, let me carry on. Oh, and then I'll just have another, oh yeah, there's another tub of ice cream. Or so there was only a couple of times where I felt a little bit like that, but it was good. I got hold of myself and I was fine. And that does happen, by the way, you know, especially if you have done a show or a diet. Don't feel bad for that. Just think about what you've just done and just cut yourself a bit of slack. As long as that moment doesn't turn into weeks and weeks, then you're good. Just give yourself a bit of time. Right. The training has been amazing, those 3 weeks that I took off. Obviously from all that food, I just had crazy energy. I had crazy focus. I was just so motivated just to, you know, get back in the gym and get back to doing what I love and having energy to do it. So I was basically looking at my time frame, and 3 weeks off post-qualifier led me up to being 12 weeks out of the British finals, which is in October. So I thought that was a really good time to start prep. It gives me 3 months. There's now 3 flies here. Where do they come from? Anyway, so yeah, so I'm really focused. No, I'm really focused in just, you know, the next 3 months and just really dialing it in. I have completely changed everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. I currently don't work with my coach anymore. It was completely amicable. There was no hard feelings. I know everyone loves to have or hear a little bit of a drama about stuff like that. I love him. I have mad respect for him. But I feel that I need to do something completely different to bring something completely different. I really want to nail my conditioning, and I really want to nail my conditioning. And I feel that I just need to go about things differently. So my cardio is completely different. My food's completely different. My nutrient timings are completely different. My training is completely different. The times that I'm training is completely different. So it's a massive stimulus change, and I have been on prep now for over a week and I feel great. I have crazy energy. As I said, I feel more focused than ever. So my body's really loving this new sort of style. I will talk to you guys more about what I'm doing in another video, but for now I really want to talk to you, as I mentioned, about my tips for building muscle, because I know that is something that a lot of you ask me, and I think it's easier to, again, do it in a place where I can explain myself and I'm not timed to that 1 minute on Instagram. So first of all, I'm going to direct this more to women, and you know, it is still applicable to men, but more women, because women struggle with putting on weight. The first thing that you need to do, and you need to just get over, you're going to have to eat. You cannot build muscle if you are in a deficit. You cannot kill yourself training and expect your body to put on muscle afterwards if there is nothing in you to replenish and rebuild the muscle that you've just broken. So, food, food, food. Having said that, you don't need to get fat, you don't need to get, you know, big and uncomfortable, but you are going to have to eat more than what your output is. So more food needs to be going in than food going out, as in what you're training, energy. So that is the biggie. What I would do, because I know a lot of people get a bit worried and they don't want to eat too much, and how do we know if too much is too much or too little is too little? You have to write things down, you have to assess things. So every week I would just assess things, see how you're feeling, see how you're looking, then just say, right, you know what, I think it's time to up a little bit more carbohydrates, and I'll just put them in my post-workout so that my body has even more energy there to replenish my muscle. You need to make sure that you are having enough protein. It doesn't matter if you're vegan, if you don't eat meat, if whatever, get your protein in. So complete proteins, especially if you are vegan, you need to get complete proteins. You need to make sure that there is enough protein in every single meal. Don't think that just because you're training, your protein needs to come for your post-workout. It needs to be there in every single meal that you're having. Training. You have to train hard. If you want to build a butt, you cannot do bodyweight squats. You cannot do fluffy bodyweight kicks to the side. You cannot do the Stairmaster for 20 minutes and think it's going to build your butt. You need to do multiple different exercises so that your body is constantly under pressure, your muscles break down, and that therefore has to build. And then that's when the food comes in, and then it builds you a butt. So, doesn't mean to say that you can't do fluffy exercises. Let's put them there as a warm-up and as an activation. Get the band out, do some duck walks, do some kickbacks, just get a nice pump in that booty, and then when you're there and you've got the glutes activated, then you can do heavy glute bridges, heavy squats, heavy sumo deadlifts, abduction. Change things up all the time. One day do glute bridges at 15 reps, that's really heavy, and then the next day you can say, or the next time you do glutes, you can say, that weight that I did 15 reps at, today I'm going to do 25. I bet you any money you can do 25. You need to push yourself constantly, consistently. You need to make sure that everything feels hard, it feels heavy. Switch things up all the time. Switch cardio up, switch your reps up, your sets up. You know, one day you might just say, I'm going to do glute bridges and I'm going to do 10 sets today, and then I'm going to do another glute day that's going to be 7 different exercises but only 2 to 3 sets of every one. And then one day I'm going to do one big giant set on glutes, so I'm going to do bridges into squats, into lunges, into deadlifts, and then 3 rounds of it, and then I'm going to chill. And then another day you could say, no, today's heavy and I'm going to take 3 minutes of rest between each and every exercise. That's what I'm talking about. That you need to consistently, constantly change things up. Make sure that you're really training hard, you're putting the emphasis in there, you're focusing on switching on the muscles that you're working. I know I've just spent the whole time talking about glutes, but mainly because that's what everyone wants to grow, but I'm talking about every muscle that you have in your body. If you want it to grow, you need to give it a reason to grow. You need to hammer that muscle hard, and you need to feed it correctly and let it grow, come back stronger, come back bigger. That was real. I went for that, didn't I? I have had a coffee, so, and the flies are really getting me raged up. But I hope that you know, you kind of get my passion there. So eat big, train hard. With your training, do switch it up. Don't just do the same training all the time. Like with your, can you see it? It's actually there on my camera. Dude! Like what I said with your nutrition, make sure that you are constantly assessing things. So with your training, you know, if you do this a certain program for about 2-3 weeks, then just say, you know what, this worked all right, but I now need to change things up, and completely change it up. Change up the times that you're training as well. If you're normally training in the morning, try and train in the evening, see if your energy levels are better. So just keep things fresh. Keep constantly assessing progress and seeing where you can make changes if you need to. That really is the best way that you are going to put on muscle. Don't be afraid to put on a little bit of weight, because it has to happen. There will be a bit of body fat, but we want your body to be in a place where it can grow, and it's not going to grow if you're lean and you've got no food in you. Okay, so be strong, be focused, take pictures. They're the best way to tell if you know you're in the right direction. And just remember, focus on the bigger picture. A couple of months of being a little bit soft around the edges is completely fine if it means that you are in the right direction to building muscle. One thing I will say, and I want to end on, is I get this quite a lot with some of my clients, especially when I get new clients. They say to me, right, my goal is I want to put on muscle and I want to get lean. Okay, first of all, we can't do both at the same time. We know that. Second of all, what tends to happen is they always go, okay, no, my priority is getting lean. Great, get them lean. And then all of a sudden they're like, so I'm lean and I look skinny. So the problem is because there isn't muscle really, you know, there's not a lot of muscle there in the first place. When you do lean down, you're actually gonna not look very muscular because you don't have a lot there. So sometimes you actually look skinny rather than muscly. So when, you know, if you do find that you get to that position where you lean down and you go, hang on a minute, actually I've lost my butt, or my shoulders don't look very big, then take a step back and think, what is it that I want? Because if you do want to put on muscle, you're going to have to forget that lean little body for a while, and you're going to have to go away, put on a jumper and go, right, I'm going to eat, I'm going to train hard, I'm going to embrace my body because I know that it's working for me and it's doing everything that I want to and it's functioning well. I'm going to treat it well, I'm going to feed it with nutritious food. I'm not going to feed myself with burgers and chips and ice cream. I'm going to focus on feeding it well, putting my body into a place where muscle will grow because I'm feeding myself enough, I'm training hard enough. Then after a few months, see how you feel. Then you can try and diet and see, you know, how you think you're looking and whether you have put on enough muscle. But if you don't eat and you don't train hard enough and you do fluffy little exercises, you're not going to put on muscle, okay? So be strong, be focused, give yourself a plan, make sure that you assess it. That is the best way to tell that you're on the right track. I hope that helps. Please let me know how you get on. You can comment on this video or comment on my Instagram. Let me also know what you want to see more of, and I will next time come back with a video explaining a little bit more about my prep and what I'm doing. And I hope you guys are killing it. Thank you for listening. Sorry about the flies. I'll get rid of them for the next video. And I will see you guys in the next one.